Go ahead.
All right, so welcome everybody. Here below is the agenda for today. We'll start with Lokesh ji opening the house for everybody to understand what we are doing. Please, Lokesh ji, stage
Put
is
it in a
yours.
slide view on the slideshow format.
There you go.
So I welcome everybody. We already have been discussing some certain opening remarks that people who are having spirit to revive, whether they are buying agents or their factories, they are being clearly identified, their body language, their tones, and even their communication or emails or even the productions. They're all giving a signal of who's your good team member and who doesn't want to actually survive or revive the economy and revive the production. And as everybody is aware, in the last 6 months, the moment we had the news of the March great pause happening, lockdown happening, and chaos happening, we stood up to the occasion as individuals. Our governing body would not have been that active ever, and I'm assuming and I'm hoping that we will be much more active. Although we had great participation from all the governing body members in the last 6 months, which normally I think would have not have been possible because we thought of this chaos as a family chaos, as a collective chaos, and we made it sure that we are available to everybody in the industry, whether they are our members or even for our businesses or even for the industry. So I think there are certain positive things from this virus or this incident, or I would say this pandemic or whatever. And let's build on these positivities to see what is the good thing we have done and what could be the good thing we can do. And what are the good things we could not do before? How can we achieve? On a very lighter note, I got one of the WhatsApps, I might share it with you in private. There was a CV of the COVID virus, and they had listed down all the positive things people did because of this virus. And he said, this is what I have been able to achieve because I am here. So not to take too much of your time, I welcome everybody, and I would say Federation is open for everybody. It is not only for the only good thing which I can see now, an extra thing we did is we not only work for buying agents, which is our core mission, we also have a lot of opportunities now available for exporters to take advantage. As a member or as a governing body member, I request everybody reach out to each and every person who comes to you for business. Maybe they are not good for your business, not the product not match, the factory could not match or whatever. Let's not turn away anybody from our doors. Show them the door of the Federation, reach out to REMA, give them ideation desk number, whether they are small time exporters, even startups or established exporters. The best thing we can do is understand what they do. And if we feel that, yes, this is something which our members or our Federation members can reach out and help them, just connect them to the ideation desk. It's maybe for business, maybe for disputes, maybe for new generation of opportunities, whatever. And we now have a new team member. Poonam Bharati is now working as a volunteer on the Vendor Connect program. So we will be soon coming up with a lot of the, again, Vendor Connect program initiatives back in track. That's it, guys. So thank you very much. Ajay, please continue.
Right, I'll just quickly take everybody's opportunity to introduce everybody on the team. You just heard Lokesh Parashar, our president, ideation team leader. Next on list of people that I would like to introduce is Manish Mahajan, our vice president. Manish ji, please say a few words.
Hello everybody, good evening. Myself is Manish Mahajan and my company name is SM Impacts and my main market is Japan. I am working with Japanese market for last 20 years and I am really thankful to be the part of Federation of Buying Agent. I joined this FBA 2 years back and it gave me a lot of opportunities. Even I am really lucky to just streamline my documentation. I was making some invoices earlier also as an individual, but once I joined the Federation, it gave me a chance to make myself more professional. I'm now working as a more professional and making my invoice as per the business standards. Like I am also under the guidance of FBA, I took other steps also, so that I can not only save my taxes as well as I can get benefits from the government, which is provided by SEIS benefits. So I'm really thankful to the Federation of Buying Agent. And even in this last, as we are all suffered from this lockdown period from March onwards, on that time, everything was closed. It was only Federation of Buying Agent which came up. Mr. Lokesh has introduced these Zoom meetings, and which I learned quickly. And I started this, I take it as an opportunity and try to just connect with my buyers online through Zoom meeting in Japan. Now it is the only tool which I am using for last 6 months. And I not only just to communicate, but I generate new business also through this instrument. I'm really thankful to be the part of Federation of Buying Agent. I really wish them to grow leap and bound in the coming years. Thanks.
Thank you, Manishji. Thank you for the nice wishes.
Thank you, Manish.
Next on our list is Sandhya Samuel, our Vice President again. Madam, please share a few points.
Hi everyone. It's been like Manish said, a very humbling experience to be part of the Federation of Buying Agents. I think we all, as buying agents, are doing a wonderful job. We all are, ambassadors of India, and we are all doing a lot of good work in our own small zones, in our own small cabins and cubicles. But we need to take this forward. We needed a body which would represent the buying agents and give them a voice. Because if we keep existing in the different nooks and corners of India and doing our own bit, we are going to be okay and thriving our own businesses, but we are not going to be able to make a difference because we are not together. So if we want to really be heard, be seen, become I would not say lobby, but really become someone to reckon with, we need and to have a collective voice. So we needed to be together, and FBA did just that. It gave us all confidence during the times that we were locked down, and kind of reached out to the people who were at times even stuck out of India, shared the positives of the businesses and the opportunities which were coming our ways. And I think it's a wonderful forum. I would really invite a lot of people to come on board and understand for themselves the value which is got to it. And being here, I speak also on behalf of a lot of our fellow buying agents. We learn. I mean, I was on the marketing the banner, which was circulated to everybody. It was against my name. It was written 40 years of experience. So I was laughing at it. That makes me almost 65, but well, I'm not. But this experience that we have got is through our work. And today we all want to give back to the society. So we want to give back to our fraternity, and that's why we are all here. So while it's not only that we are giving back, we're also seeking, we're also getting in return. So it's a beautiful relationship. It's a symbiotic relationship. And I would really urge all more and more people to come on board and work positively towards making this association, a more valuable one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your wishes again. Next on my list is our treasurer, the most important lady, Ms. Bhavna Singh. We would like to have some of words from her.
Good evening, everyone. So I represent the Shan Grandeur Fashion, which is a buying house, dealing in fashion and luxury. I'm also associated with the Federation. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Coming.
Okay. So I'm also associated with the Federation of Buying Agents as treasurer. At the Federation of Buying Agents, I'm taking care of their legal desk, handling cases related to payment defaults, cargo damage disputes, or any other disputes which is related to our trade. I joined FBA 2 years back, and at that time I was going through a big challenge where one of my buyers did not pay, and I had no clue how to go about it. It was completely directionless, and at that point of time, Location Ajay guided and extended all the support from the on steps basically to how to deal with the buyers, factories, and banks. So that has actually placed me in a very pretty like secured, and very comfortable position, and I could really regain my confidence in further moving into the industry and thinking of even doing business, continue to do the business. So I'm really thankful to Federation and everyone like really guided me, supported me in my journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Next, I would like to invite Miss Neeta Aneja. We call her also our CSR Connect. She's our connect to the social world. Please say some words.
As Ajay just said, I am Neeta Aneja and I'm the founder of Trends. I restarted actually my company last year. I had taken a break of around 5-6 years, and I think when I restarted, it was very nice that I got connected with FBA. That gave me a lot of exposure once again. And last year was very good. But after the lockdown, I've had few problems as far as my business was concerned. But I'm restarting it again in the sense that my buyers have now again got in touch with me, and we've started working on various orders. And it's been a good support. It's been a good journey, and I've made some very good friends in FBA. I mean, that's always very important for any kind of community to develop. And I think I hope we can grow further, and I hope we can make more members so that more and more people can see value in this fraternity. And I think all of us here in the GBM should try to kind of promote it. And yes, it's been a good journey, and thanks to Ajay and thanks to Lokesh that we are all here together. And yeah, let's hope to grow together. Thanks.
Absolutely, we have to grow together. And yes, this is a good connecting platform. I welcome those thoughts. Next on my list is Gaurav Mishra. He joined late, but then, as he does always, the Lawrence entry. Gauravji, please say a few words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gaurav Mishra. I am a buying agent dealing in high value lifestyle and garment products from Delhi, especially for the European markets. Most of you know me well. I've been slightly busy of late with both work and personal gains, and would be looking forward to interacting with everybody after such a long time. And look for that.
Welcome, Gaurav. Welcome again. Next, I would like to call someone who I consider as an internal auditor for the Federation. Linda Augustin, please share a few words.
Sure. So hi everyone, my name is Linda and I'm the founder and owner and passionate soul behind my company, Continuum Buying Agency. We're into fashion and we do provide design and sourcing solutions to customers all over the world, from small boutique brands to big retailers, and primarily within fashion wear, ladies fashion wear. And my association with the Federation is not that long. I came on board 1 year ago, but I must say that the timing has been perfect. Before that, I was kind of working in isolation and I didn't really socialize much in India. But I think with the membership and the fact that I'm on the board with the Federation, I've been able to get so many new connections. And not least when the lockdown started, it was amazing to just immediately from day one, very nicely organized by Lokesh, be thrown into these virtual meetings, which I believe in itself really helped me getting on to modern technology a lot faster than for most people, because I was sitting there on the 23rd of March thinking, okay, what's now? So it's been an amazing journey. We have had so many nice webinars. I learned a lot. I hope I was able to give something back, and I also made some wonderful business connections. So it's been fantastic, and I really believe that we need to stand united together. It doesn't matter whether we are based in India and we live there, or we are somebody running a business in India and we are living somewhere else. Now the modern technology allows us to get together. So there are good opportunities. So thank you very much, Ajay and Lokesh, for the work that you really do bring back to us, and also everyone else for just being who you are. You are amazing. It's really nice to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you for those nice words. We enjoy your presence, and we always welcome your thoughts. Those are more than welcome.
Thank you.
Next on my list is my so-called person we call the inner voice, you know, somebody who keeps us in the check. Rajesh Bhatia ji, please come in.
I would really like to understand how I'm an inner voice, first of all, but we'll take that offline some other day. So I'm Rajesh Bhatia from Nexus International. Basically, we specialize in home textiles. Primary market is Australia and Italy. Currently, as everyone knows, business is difficult, but this is my first year. I just joined this year only. And I actually, honestly, I had joined very half-heartedly because I never thought that buying agents could actually work together, because, you know, everyone's fighting for the same customers, the same business. So I never really understood that we could work in a way where we could help each other in, whether in finding suppliers or with other challenges that we faced individually and we didn't know who to turn to. And so this was very interesting for me in the first year itself, that I realized that yes, it's possible. And I think it's the infectious energy of Lokesh and Ajay, which has pushed the whole federation to come to a level that it is here today. And I think the lockdown hit us pretty hard. It hit me pretty hard, but I loved the energy that the FBA had, you know, like that never give up attitude. And Lokeshji, I mean, every day he used to do all these webinars and visual meetings and everything. And he's been relentless, I think, in the entire lockdown period, whether you want to or not. Like initially it was thrice a day, then it came down to every evening, but it was just unbelievable how FBA just kept, like, you know, persevering and not giving up. And it gave me a lot of hope and aspiration also. And again, it's like my learning from that, like, you know, even if we're going slow, we've got very little business, but we're constantly with the suppliers to get new products, new presentation, and just keep flooding the buyers with things that we know someday something will catch their interest and things will turn around. So I'm very thankful to the entire board of FBA for everything that has been done. Like everybody has somehow or the other contributed to making this an interesting and inspiring last 5 months for me. Thank you.
Well, happy I could answer those questions for the inner reason why I said you're the inner voice. You know, you put it all together very well. We're missing two people in our governing body today. We are missing our voice, as we call her, the Sangeeta, Madam Sangeeta Vashisht. She's the most vocal of all us, and you know, we are missing her and our industry connect. We're also missing Anupam Trivedi ji today, whom I would say he was a mentor to me in getting started on my own. So yes, he goes a long way back in the industry, one of the most experienced buying agents that I could know of. And of course, it's me, Ajay Abral. I come from UA Consultants with 20 years of experience in this line. I started my own company in 2002. But before that, I was in the industry for 11 other years. So yes, a total of 20 years of experience. It has been a wonderful journey. I've been associated with this whole idea from day one. We started working on this some 4 years back and have been slowly building the community for our you know, collaboration activity and putting everybody together that, okay, let's get together, let's do something. And this is how the FBA concept came together, and we slowly are getting to where we need to get. Today, we are 480 members, and we can see that we could map out to close to 1,000 other members who are not part of the association yet, but they are on our radar. They are on our list of outreach, members to outreach. Yes, I can see us growing. In another year or so, I'm sure that we will grow leaps and bounds with everybody's support and everybody's thing. I would like to quickly mention the key activities that each of the members are leading, which is a big thing, which is where we say that, you know, we are all better together. We have marketing being led by Sandhya ji and a team of other members together, where I also play a role. We have membership where Lokesh ji and Manish ji, who is the head, is taking care of it. We have a grievance management committee where Bhavna is taking the lead. Other than her responsibilities as a treasurer, she's also into this and she's full-time into it. We are close to, this has become one of our USPs because it has actually helped the industry get connected even faster and in a better way. Every industry, every company at some point faces a dispute and is at that moment not knowing how to handle it rightly. So yes, I am helping Bhavna with that, and yes, it's been one of our key USP points. Those are the three primary activities that we are into full time. Now, as I take you through the journey of what we have done in the last year and a half, or nearly a year. Federation formally got formed in December 2019. Since then, we have had 3 physical events, 259 webinars in the last 10 months. There are many more to come. We are still 2 months away. We have held 3 hosted buyer programs, online, B2B meets. We now have 14 MOUs with associations across the globe, trade bodies who are helping us, supporting us, and we are supporting them from here in India in being their resource point and helping their members to find the industry connects which they need. That is our achievement in the last 10 months that have gone by. Some of our key events that we have held, of those 250 webinars that we have done, we have had a few physical ones. The AGM was physical. Celebrating Womanhood was a huge event. We had hosted close to 80 women from different walks and fields. We had an owners meeting where we had all the owners, close to 25 of them, coming into the room. We have had our first major online webinar with ECGC, where we actually took up again the issue of how service providers can take advantage of it. And we have found some solutions to it, where we are sharing with the vendor, sharing with our members to actually take advantage of that. There are many other similar seminars which we have held. These are a few of the international partners and national partners where we have got associated. We are holding a B2B meet with the PTAC again in November next month. We are doing activities with a lot of different people. CAM India is our latest of the connects. I will talk more about it later in the evening. World Trade Center, we have already initiated an event for the Handloom Festival with them, which has initiated on a trial basis as we speak, is on, and there would be an additional step taking place in it from next month onwards, where we will actually be holding webinars for the industry. We have HKTDC, the Hong Kong Trade Development Corporation, as a sourcing partner. Now our members can get listed on the Hong Kong Trade Association platform as a sourcing partner for anybody who wants to work with India. A similar relationship is also in pipeline with Global Resources. With Alibaba, we have created a preview for being a channel partner. We can join Alibaba as a sourcing channel partner and work with them on their platform. NSIC, we will be joining them to help the MSMEs to actually taking them abroad. Once they get into that phase of training them, developing them, and then hand-holding them to the market. So we have already tied up with them and we are working with them on those small parameters where they are needing help of how to educate, how to get them ready for the market. So these are some of the highlights that I wanted to share. Some of the additional things that we would like to say would be like we have helped a lot of vendors. We have organized close to 78 vendor programs and helped vendors create their virtual showrooms. We are in the process to already uploading a lot of details on the FBA portal, which will be a way for the buying agents to actually connect with buyers and factories in coming times. Recoup our losses is a USP to grievances, and yes, this is a very good way to ensure that you are not taken in right for your due service fee, and you are taking care of your factories and vendors who are associated with you. Of course, I've already talked about the hosted buyer program. I'll move on to the next thing. Again, a few more of the events that we have held in the last 10 months. We even initiated an event where we are actually having key production centers in the room. We invited Panipat to the room. We invited Firozabad to the room. Jaipur was there. Karur was there. Muradabad was in the room. All of these were industry connect programs where we were actually taking up industry and asking them about what concerns they are facing or what more do they need to look at. We will be holding a lot more of them, as that is where we see that the industry gets to know what Federation can do differently for them and how we can collaborate at different levels. Our hosted buyer program has been a highlight. There have been a few more additions which probably are not reflecting here, but yes, one of the additional services which we are now offering our international buyers is a virtual tour of the factory. And buying agents are very apt in doing it. Somebody can easily take a camera, go down to a factory, make a video of the factory live as he goes around, showing him the different production stages or the facilities available in the particular factory, and discuss with the buyer what that facility can do. The service is available across India and Bangladesh and Nepal and Sri Lanka for all our members. So in case any one of the members, for example, if Manish wants to go and look at a factory in Karur, but he cannot travel, FBA will help him, will guide him with 2 connects in that city, of which he can choose which one does he want to work with, and he can then appoint him to make the video for him. It could be a Zoom video, it could be a regular WhatsApp video that can be done, it could be a FaceTime video. Manish can then decide whether he wants to take the video to his client or whether he wants the client also to be included in it, and then you can do a Google Meet or you can do a Zoom Meet. FBA can even provide you with a Zoom channel if it is required. We have a channel which is available for an entire year, and that service is easily available. Of course, there is a cost involved with the inspector that has been appointed or the merchant that has been appointed in the particular city. But yes, that small cost needs to be borne, but then it is streamlined and standardized. The expenses are available and charges are available with FBA, and you can connect us and we will let you know which region, what is the connect. So that is a virtual tour services that we are offering in addition to the services listed here. Many buyers from Nigeria and from Ukraine have asked us for this similar service. I personally have guided a few for food products in Gujarat. I have done that. So then I understand how and the nitty-gritties involved in that. Some of the more services, webinars that we had held. We even started with a smart business series, a series where we are actually taking you to different parts of the world and giving you an insight on what that part of the world needs and is looking for by way of sourcing requirements, by way of their cultural requirements, how those regions need to be approached differently in starting a business relationship and in making it happen. So yes, it has been an interesting year. It has been an interesting time to learn new facets of the trade. Here is a list of benefits that we offer our buying agents. The hosted buyer program is a key USP. Members who have participated in it can very well acknowledge it and can tell us and tell others of what the advantage we are giving you. We are bringing you to the buyer. We are giving you an opportunity to pitch your business and talk to him one-on-one basis in a particular category or across a number of categories. And you can then initiate a relationship and take it offline and build your business the way you feel like is the best. Knowledge sharing seminars where we are actually giving everybody an opportunity to learn beyond what their means is, in sense of what the templates for the contract should be, of how a discussion should be taken forward on a legal basis, how the taxation needs to be approached. There have been multiple questions on taxation, but believe me, we have enough knowledge among ourselves now that we can guide and share that with everybody to grow on it. Legal desk, like I said, Ms. Bhavna is leading the desk, and there is a lot of information available on how you need to approach your vendors, how do you need to approach your buyers, what documentation needs to be put in place with the banks, what documentation needs to be put in place with the insurance, and all that is available. SEIS is a benefit which the government was giving till last month. This month onwards, this benefit has been closed. It will be revamped into a different channel, and probably this is where most buying agents will get to take the most advantage in the coming days. Why? Because the GST, which everybody is talking about, there is a good 90% of chance that the government is coming up with a scheme to give you an input equivalent to your GST being paid. So that is where this will become a huge benefit point. Of course, when the travel was there, we used to have the travel benefits, and we were having a group travel plan available with us where we could have booked the tickets through the FBA booking plan, and it could have given you a benefit of 20% in most cases within India, and then 15% if you are flying overseas. That will come play probably sometime again in the next year, so I'm not changing it here, but I'm keeping it there. GST, like I said, could be a big turning point with the SEIS benefit clubbed in it. We now have ECGC coverage, but we also now have an insurance service available for all buying agents if they are looking at getting their service fee and their goods insured together, and link it together or delink it and ensure that they get their payments from the customers. Yes, that service is available. Of course, like I said, complimentary production center visits. Yes, that facility is still available as a virtual tour, and this is where we are making it open to all our members to come forward and take advantage of it. Of course, collaboration with other buying agents is definitely there, and it has been a strong USP of our online platforms. WhatsApp has been great in that way of making those connects happen, and we are helping a lot more of those offline also for many of them to get permanent offices opened in different parts of the country. Like I said, Smart Business Series has been doing very well. We are looking at extending it into probably adding other parts of the businesses also, other than just the countries. We may even go into what you call as category specific series. And we will welcome your thoughts on what particular categories you would like to take up. And we will restructure the entire thing after the Smart Business Series, or probably in the next year, starting January, we could probably take up another series where we would take the categories. Let's say that we take apparel, and we can take what parts of the world is where the apparel needs to be worked on. FBA today has members which are spread across 21 different category fields. So that is a huge advantage that we are sharing with everybody. In taking the advantage of those 21 categories, and we can build a whole series around it by saying those 21 categories, how are we looking at what part of the world where these services can be marketed and sold best. This is our recent most achievement. CAM India is a Chile-based company which is working towards creating trade relationships with India. It is also our door into Peru, Mexico, Brazil, and Colombia. We will have our first meeting with them in the first week of November, where we will do an opening introduction. You are all invited. This will be the banner for it. We will be launching it tomorrow with the date confirmation as soon as we receive it. This is where we will be saying that, yes, now we have a very strong connect who can help you verify your buyer in that region. You have a connect who can help you represent legally in that region, as well as help you build your business across these 4 countries to grow. And then lastly, I would again list out our services on what all we can do, what all we are doing for our members. And I now open the floor to understand what more would the members look at and expect of us as their governing body or as part of their ideation team. I can take off this slide, I can keep it here, and I can have everybody's inputs. Did I lose everybody? Hello?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, very good. Great. Please.
For the presentation, Ajay.
Thank you. Shall I keep the screen? Shall I take it off?
No, I think you should take it off. So just to cheer up, guys, I just received an email from my office in Germany of recovery of a payment for an exporter from Muradabad. So this is the 4th case we would say that we have recovered amount from a buyer. 3 are in exports and 1 is my own payment. So the track record is very good, I believe. Bhavna, thank you so much for doing so much. I think we are having 45 cases now across different sectors in recovery of payments.
In cases, I'm already in discussion today, so we just called up, so I'll coordinate with you. I'll let you know about further on this.
I think there's some sound disturbance from which side, Ajay or Bhavna? Ajay, is it? No, it's Bhavna. Bhavna, can you mute?
Okay, Rukesh, I'd like to ask some question. Can I ask?
Sure.
We welcome you, Sudhirji, with all your questions always.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. Thank you, Lokesh and Ajay. You did a wonderful introduction, and also I welcome all the GB members. They have given a nice introductions for themselves. It was a great journey with FBA with me also. For the last 2 years, I am connected with FBA. And in fact, they have given me a window to learn actually. When we are working in an export company, we feel that we know everything, we are everything. But when we get into the buying agency business, which I started in 2011, then I had an opportunity to peep into the other exporters, what A is doing, what B is doing, like that. And come in contact with Lokesh ji and Ajay ji. So the biggest advantage that I observed was basically the learning window, which I got an opportunity to get into the seminar, which I never used to do. I used to get a lot of opportunity from associations, but I never bothered. Okay, so kaun jayega? Like, but when once I went there and then I got an opportunity to learn, yes, there's. Because earlier I used to think I know many things, but I realized that there are so many things which I need to learn which could help me in the future career. And now during lockdown also, I was attending a lot of webinars and give me learning opportunity. For that, I will sincerely thank FBA and Lokesh and Ajay for giving me such an opportunity, because whenever they used to announce something like that, I was the first person to say, yes, I want to go there. So that was the thing. And also the kind of activities FBA has been doing it, they are wonderful. It's not easy because we have a very small packed team of people with very less volunteers actually. So there needs to be more volunteers should come up to join hands with FBA to make it little more stronger body, because it's already very strong because Ajay has such a large experience. But still, if the more people are actively involved who can spare some time, because everybody is coming from a different level of experience, so it will really strengthen. So only think tank that I feel that we need to highlight what are the advantages that FBA is giving to a lot more people. This kind of a like knowledge session, this kind of thing. In every knowledge session, instead of running the audio, because what happens is Lokesh has very good communication skills, undoubtedly. But my point is the personal interaction makes a much more impact, and we must give some more time for the interaction in the sessions. So like we have 40 minutes, 1.5 hour session is there. We can have a little more time in the interaction session, with questioning and other things, because we will be able to understand. And if I feel that everybody connects to at least 5 people, we can have another more 100 people in the next 3-4 months if everybody tries that. It should be duty of every, not only Ajay or Lokesh, it's a duty of every member which is associated with it. And we should try that in the next 3 to 4 months, we should be having some at least 50 to 100 more members. That should be there. The only thing is, like, I want to know that is there any planning, Gigi, for the Nigeria and Ukraine, as you said, is a very potential market, as you have experienced in the past. Is there any forthcoming buyer seller meet hosted program is happening in this area?
We will be having a meet with Nigeria in the coming month. Like I said, there will be 2 meets happening with Chile. We have signed up an MOU to do 1 monthly meet, and that will be for one of the categories. So there are 21 categories. So we'll be probably covering 1 category every month. So that way we will be able to cover all our categories of interest. And
thing is that basically Africa is a very potential market. The only thing that people are worried for Nigeria is the safety of the payment and the safety of the business level there. So like you done MOU in the Chile basically for the 5 markets there. Is it possible to find out some way to get tie up with the Nigerian, because that is a major concern. If you get a
allow me, Ajay, to answer Sudhir on Nigeria. I already have an office now, and Federation actually has, not me. Federation has a very robust team. I have done transactions with Nigeria with 100% payment in advance, because my people and our people are there in Nigeria. This is the second requirement I'm going to suffice. We have already actually written to the Bangladesh manufacturing government manufacturer also. We are now sending a second consignment to Nigeria because the market has opened up. It's a very peculiar market. But it is not like something which you cannot do. I made money. Bhavana would be witness to it. That was the first deal I made with, I put Bhavana in charge, because I'm not really a stock apparel guy, and then Bhavana has 30+ years of experience in apparel, and she somehow could find us a good deal on, I think, at peanut cost of t-shirts, and we just flew, I think, 1 month before the great pause. And now as soon as the things are coming up, the same buyers are coming to us and saying, okay, what more we can buy. So we already have a team. So this is my request, and my request to everybody is, whenever you feel something is there, you need some information, please reach out to me or Ajay or Rima, or just shoot an email. Each one of us gets those emails, and we will be able to tell you what exactly and where exactly we can support you.
My customers are different. Basically, my question is not that we can do business with that 100% advance. Everybody, because people like Nigeria,
we have people in Nigeria where they can pay the person there, and then we can deliver the goods.
No, my only question is there possible that we can verify about the customer, since you have an office there in
Yes,
Nigeria?
why not? Definitely.
That facility can be availed for the members.
Definitely. There's a small charge and we can validate the customer. Ajay, I think we should list down the number of countries now we have, where we have our offices or people connected to verify the buyer's address and all those credentials.
That will help. That will be very helpful.
Absolutely, yes. Wherever, Sudhirji, we are signing up an MOU, verification of the buying or the client is becoming a point which we are adding into our MOU. And yes, we have an MOU in Nigeria. We have a MOU with our offices in Laos. We also are now going to tie up with another agency in Abuja. So that becomes 2 agencies in
Nigeria.
And we will also have one office in Ghana. And we are also in discussion with Cameroon. So I'm not sure where Cameroon will figure out, but yeah, we are in the initial stage of discussion.
South Africa? South Africa, you have any connect there? No.
We have not yet formalized a relationship in South Africa, but we have one person contact, a single person who services a certain buyer, Foschini, I believe the buyer name, in that market. So he's available to us. We can use his services. What will be the charges or whatever the issue, we have to discuss that.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ajay, for all the clarifications. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to get connected, to have everybody have the advantage of this platform. That is the whole reasoning and support strength that we are creating.
Thank you. All the best to FBA. I really hope that it will grow further. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions or queries? Okay, very quickly, I just wanted to talk to everybody about the 21 categories that I keep talking about. I hope everybody is aware of them, or is not aware. I can quickly show you a slide and explain you what those categories are.
Yeah, please show them.
All right, give me a few minutes. I will quickly pull it up. Yes. Okay. I am opening a new presentation to just share with you guys so that you can see it and I can read it from there. And these presentations are all available to the members so that they can receive it and take it to even their clientele. Their connects to give them an understanding of what India can do, or where all you can provide them with a support. So this was something which we built during the COVID period to share with our international partners. Just to say who we are, what are we doing. Services to the industry, services to the buyer. See, here we have given a charge very clearly for what the buyer verification will cost. And this is the list of services which I was talking about. There are a total of 21 services as of now listed where our industry members are working. Alphabetical order, apparel, and all its components and all its options. Automotive components. Here we are talking about small automotive components and mostly in the field of when you call replacements, when you're calling for additional components to add on to the automobile industry. They are not regular parts, but they are the additionals, accessories. Floor coverings. Oh, I'm sorry. Floor coverings from carpets to rugs to coir mats, all options. Cosmetics from everyday products to even, mascara or whatever you call those, brushes and everything. fashion accessories, furnishings, furniture and lighting, gifts and accessories, healthcare supplies. This is something which we added. During the COVID, we came to know of our own strengths, things that we can do, which we were not aware of, and which we are good at. So yes, PPE supplies in all possible formats. As a kit, as individual masks, or just the gloves, we could be doing a lot of different versions of it. Hand tools, one of our oldest categories, hand decor, home decor. Housewares could be glassware, kitchenware, partyware, floral products, ceramic, bathroom accessories, jewelry and accessories, paper and stationery, rubber components. Again, it comes into all different forms. It could be components for the industry, it could be small parts, or it could be a product by itself. Spices, tea, and packed foods. Textile, toys and games, sanitary ware, huge category. There are 3 primary cities in India which just deal in sanitary ware. Footwear. We have a footwear show next week onwards. I welcome you all for the show. Please do plan to attend and join. Marble and stoneware. We, just so that you know, we have been even shipping marble granites to Nigeria. And my last shipment went in December. Those are our 21 categories as of now. If I missed any, please do let me know so I can add to the list. We have been supported and we are being supported by the following agencies in India. That's our team. Those are our team member logos. My screen has again gone. I can't go back. I can't do anything.
I welcome Jasdeep.
Welcome, Jasdeep ji. You joined a little late.
You're muted.
I'm sorry, I got held up in another important Zoom call with a customer. It just didn't end. My apologies.
We came in at the far end. Now we can only take up your questions and we can help you to get some answers on those.
I actually signed up and already sent my question on the whatever the form was. Did you manage to get that? I don't know who's handling that. Sorry, I joined in late, so I'm asking all the wrong questions.
Go ahead and ask again, sir. We will be very happy to have you vocally asking it. Having your voice, that's good. Hearing you out.
Well, I follow your work very closely. It's like for all of us, we've been very busy setting up, and I think just in my case, trying to survive. My biggest question was, and I remember discussing this with you and with Lokesh some time back, and that's what I also put on the webinar form. While we're all looking ahead and planning ahead, I see FBA to try and look at how collaborations can be brought forward. We do a lot of, how would I say it? We're very efficient with communication. So full marks on that. I think that needs to go to the next step. And for me, the way I like to work, since I was asked that question and that's what I posted, I think exploring collaborations has to be the way forward. It is for me. So that's one of the things I want to look at. Yeah. Sorry, absolutely. I came in late, but
yes, I remember we were also going to discuss a possible webinar for collaborations as a point to discuss sometime later. So we can still bring that forward and have it done probably in the next month sometime. But yes,
Sure.
collaborations is a huge advantage on our platform. We have been advocating it strongly, and there have been a lot of such relationships which people have created among themselves and taken advantage of it. I can give you an example of Lokesh and Bhavna collaborating and doing things together. So there are multiples of examples in those senses, and we just need to understand, and you need to find those like-minded people.
You are muted.
I'm sorry. You're.
Rajesh, you're muted. Yeah.
Lokesh, he was trying to say something. He was muted.
Acha, okay.
Please, sorry to it. Carry on, please. Carry on.
Can you unmute yourself, Lokesh, or do you need help with that?
Yeah. So just deep collaborations need trust, and trust needs visibility, participation. That's the key to any mutual collaboration. I can reach out to Manish because I have been meeting him on and off, whether it's offline or online. I can speak to Linda very frequently. It's the openness which will bring collaboration. So it's the end of the relationship where you say collaboration will happen. The beginning is reach out, touch base. Gaurav, for example, me and Bhavna, of course, we are talking daily because we are managing a couple of businesses together. Even Sandhya. So the key, first of all, for any collaboration to happen is please come out and meet the right person. You have to select the right person among the community. And then, of course, collaboration is not a big deal. It will always happen. The only challenge which I see is not coming out of our own office and cocoon and not being participative. Unless you reach out to people, how would we know what do you need? Yeah, unmute yourself.
I agree.
I think just to add a bit to what you guys are saying, collaboration is a very important aspect that actually, the Federation of Buying Agents can actually complement and assist. So I feel that it is, you see, it's very difficult, Lokesh, for anybody to come out and say, okay, I want to collaborate with X, Y, and Z. There has to be a relationship. There has to be so much of transparency.
But I'm sorry to interrupt, Sandhya. I'm not saying come out and announce a collaboration. I said, first of all, be participative. You have to attend couple of meetings, meet couple of times to understand who is the right person for me. Yeah. Collaboration so is the last part of the whole chain. The first part is participation.
Sandhya, that comment is for me. Lokesh is basically asking me to step up my interactions.
No, Linda can correct me if I'm talking wrong. Rajesh can correct me if I'm talking wrong.
You're absolutely right. I'm saying you're right.
What I was getting at, I was not really doing it one-to-one with Jasdeep. Of course, he meant it, and he needs to come out more and share more. And I think I like Jasdeep. It could be just a voice of many people who are out there who are looking for people who are perhaps like, let's say I'm a furnishings expert, Linda is an apparel expert. We say, okay, we get together and Linda says, can you help me with the furnishings, and vice versa. So like that, there are many people out there who must be wanting to do this. It's just a good thing that which has come out. Why we could definitely do a discussion on that and have a web meeting or a virtual meeting on that topic. And then we invite people. Definitely many people would come out with that particular, topic, and then come forward and start engaging. Because it has to be first engagement and then anything else.
I would like to say something here also. I believe that it's very hard to think of any kind of collaborations until and unless you know somebody else's strengths and weaknesses. And I can say that I feel even within the, like this little group, I can feel that some of you I know extremely well. What are your strengths for whatever reason? It has been through the webinars and a good participation for sure, but also that there is a certain level of social media presence and LinkedIn profiles and tweets, etc., that actually make me feel that I get to know the person, even if I'm not interacting directly with the person. But if you don't know what somebody's actually really good at, you know, then probably
with the visibility part, how visible you are, then only you can judge somebody.
And your strengths. And even if you don't have a fancy website, because I understand that, you know, not everyone has that, and that is totally fine, but then that you must find a way of promoting your strength in one way or the other, so that I will understand what is the benefit for me reaching out to you, and the other way around. You should also know very clearly what is the benefit for you coming to me. And once we have got that established together with the trust, of course, that comes over time in different ways that we just mentioned, then I think we are set up for very good collaborations.
I get the point. I will reach out.
We're pushing you, right? We're not criticizing, we're just adjusting.
No. Let me be upfront, Linda. Like I said, and I've been very busy. I know Lokesh has invited me a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, I work with 3 different geographies. So for me, the evening between 5 and 8:30 is very difficult because that's when New York and the US is opening up. UK and Germany at their peak, you know. So for me, and then I've also, Lokesh knows this, I ventured into manufacturing. So I have my own PPE and my own export. That kind of kept us busy. But I know what he means, and I know he means well, because he leads it with a very communicative effort. I unfortunately am not as communicative as he'd like me to be, for my own good, for the own, how would I say it? I see India pick up very well. We're all a bunch of very, very strong people, but I think we're all, like you said, strong in some areas, and to take on and absorb business from China, you really need cartels or like a little conglomerate. I find it happening with me in the businesses I'm developing. Customers, despite wanting to leave China, are very apprehensive to come to India. So, you know, it's all very well when you have articles and we share articles. Like there was one article about the way India is headed and how it has to go. A few days back, I had posted that back in August, because I have a friend in McKinsey with whom I'm working on the whole PPE project. We manufacture and export that now. So, you know, what I'm coming from is that, yes, I get the point that the members have to interact a lot more. It's difficult to do. It's hard for people to, in a pandemic when they're already short on business, you know, to try and open up to someone who's a total stranger. So it has to be driven top down. That's how I look at it. From the kind of businesses I've built and, you know, worked in, businesses always come top down. So I'm not trying to say it's Lokesh's responsibility. I think I'll partner with one of you on maybe once a day, whatever we can, for half an hour if we can catch up, to look at what FBA can do to build collaborations. I'm happy. I'll volunteer for that. But my times are very different. My mornings are in the factories. The days are with the customers. So, you know, I can't join these long webinars, and I move a lot. So it's very difficult. I'm currently using a hand phone to join this because I was on a line with another customer. I get the point. I don't want to hog any more time for all the members. I'll reach out to Lokesh and Ajay, and maybe we can come up with a small group to begin with and look at how we can build 4 or 5 businesses. And I'm happy to lead that.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Looking forward to the interaction with you then.
Yes, I will.
You just committed yourself.
Oh, sorry. Did I mute myself?
No, I said you just committed yourself for this half an hour interaction.
I'm very committed. There's no doubt about that. If I tell Lokesh something, I'll get it done. So yes,
yeah,
I'll work on it.
It's great. I think it's a good way, practical way to go about it, to actually just schedule it and then have some interaction to see if there is anything that we can do in common. And it takes strategic scheduling in order to make it happen. Otherwise it will be the next week or the next week or the next week. And I think we are not in a position that we can necessarily wait any longer, because it's now that we need to roll up the sleeves and get the business going for India.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sandhya ji, any more points to add?
No, I think, carrying on the point that you said, I think there are many people like Jasdeep out there who must be feeling the same way. Okay, his businesses are good, he's driving it very well, so great. But, there are a lot of people who are actually feeling abandoned. Their businesses aren't doing very well. They are in their corners. So we really need to, get them out. And those people can be specialists in their own fields. They're all experienced people. So we need to, that's what I meant when I said we can have a session on collaborations where people just come out and talk and share, and they can go back much more confident from the learning from the team, where we all feel we are very strong, but we all learn from each other every day.
How do you think we should approach this possible webinar on collaborations? Do you think we should send out a two-liner question to every of these buying agents and asking them, like, what area would you like to collaborate on, so that we can give them some idea and do what you call is a one-on-one meeting with those areas for him? I mean, we can slot those meetings for him in that session. We have those rooms available, so we can do a group discussion, and then we can push those two people into that room that, okay, go ahead and do your one-on-one discussion, whether it works for you or not. And
I would think get people on board first, get them on board a session, let them talk, let them share with us what they're wanting to do, and then we come out with ideas.
I have to add a few points here. I've been listening, and some very intuitive points have been coming up, and a lot of ideas have been shared. But one of the areas where I always have been feeling and wanted to speak to you, Ajay, about this, is that amongst all the members, I'm not talking about the members in the governing body, I'm talking about all the people, especially related to people who are new to, their different businesses, to actually write a small write-up about their basic strengths. We need to know what their strengths are, because we cannot interact. I'll give you a very small example. In this COVID period, this gave me a brilliant opportunity to accumulate a lot of industries which I wanted to get into earlier. So I am now doing business with a factory for Muradabad. I'm doing tea caddies with them, and I'm doing that. Now this factory was making boxes using, there's chenille they were using as inner lining. And I gave them an idea to, instead of taking velour, instead of using chenille, start using velour, which is much has a better feel and things like that. So basically, they used my strength to improve their level of improvement in the product. Now this is something which I want to understand, that if we are able to get inputs of what the people, their strengths are. Every person has a strength. They have their own ideologies, they have their own strengths. That a small write-up should be made available on the platform all the way. It is another thing to introduce yourself vocally when you are having webinars. It is another thing that you can just click on it and just have a small write-up about that person, that this is what I enjoy doing and this is what is my strength. And then assimilation is not going to be very difficult. That is my personal view of how looking at it, because this is a fantastic period of accumulation right now, where you can accumulate a lot of knowledge and a lot of resource banking for yourself, because when the worlds open up, when you are ready to move and fly out, that is what as buying agents we like doing. So we have so much of things to offer to our customers when we are traveling. So this is something which I wanted to always express upon, and I don't know how people take it on from the other end. That's my own viewpoint, if we can do this.
Sure, it's a good idea. We will plan that, and we'll have a small profile created and each one's strength listed out, so that people can actually pick and choose as to where they want to get collaborate, or whom they want to talk to more about.
But Ajay, just an open question. Is it not possible to have this information on our website, like all the members, where we would have a very brief introduction sheet, standardized, of course, with similar information for each and every member, so that also the person that cannot attend the webinars can, in silence, as per his or her convenience, go in and actually check it out? Because
you have opened a Pandora box question for me, and I have I am already in discussion to revamping the entire website. We, Lokesh, Bhavna, we were already into planning of that. Initial discussions. We have not finalized the plan for it to bring it out, but yes, the idea was to build what you call is a SPN, a service providers network, where we will have every service provided listed up there, which would also include the buying services, also include our freight forwarders, courier companies, logistics people, so that you could actually pick and choose whom do you want to connect with for what reasons, you know, and maybe even extend it to the factories in certain fields and areas as we go, as we keep doing more and more work in it. So we are just laying the foundation for it. We are just building the outline for it as to how we will do it. And if that gets going, then we will definitely share it with everybody on and bring it forward, you know.
Ajay, can I just add in just a thing? That spending your time and money on web page is an old idea. You should be looking into a mobile app now. We should have our own mobile app like all industries have. And we should have an FBA app. And I'm telling you, it is going to be the absolute way to connect. That is a good idea. And it is very cheap to make an app. Please stop. I mean, web pages are over that history. It's an app industry now.
All right, that's
go to the app, hit the industry. You want to go to apparels, you'll get the list of all the people who are doing apparels. You go there, and that's how I look at it.
Perfect.
Go
I
fast.
like that idea. Who do you think is a good app maker? Please definitely connect with me.
I have many young boys and girls, 25, 30-year-olds doing apps left, right, and center. I can connect you to any one of them. That's it. Don't worry. In my office, from where I'm doing my co-office, there are a lot of people who are doing this.
Awesome.
Apps is the way forward. Apps is the way forward. Our own FBA app is the best way. Everybody can download it in a minute also. That's it.
I like that idea and would welcome that thought. I like that.
That's good.
Anyone else with any points?
Any comments from Madhu, Natalino?
Just listening.
Ajay, meanwhile, while we have anybody else coming, I think whatever you were mentioning about the Chile commercial, the Center of Commerce, just perhaps also float this as an information to the members so that they can be aware of this development, right? And how they first we wait for, and whatever you plan to do, the interactive session that you plan to do. So just make it, put the information up on WhatsApp so that people are aware of it, and especially the people who are active on the South American front can be then immediately,
Absolutely, absolutely. This will, as soon as I get my dates finalized, I will be sharing it with everybody, so that everybody is available and can come and join and take the advantage of it.
And idem for the footwear fair that you were mentioning. Anybody who's interested in the footwear category should then be immediately looking forward and to get to connect.
Yes, we will be pushing out the footwear exhibition webinar banner tomorrow or maybe day after. So it will happen in the next 2 days. Go ahead, please.
I just have one more thing, coming back again to the collaborations, because like what you mentioned before, I believe that the element of trust matters more than anything else. And my question to you, Ajay, is do we already have an existing potential contract that we could be using if we are teaming up together? Because sometimes I believe that people are actually holding back because it gets too messy that you have to go through that and think about that aspect. So that basically takes away your focus from actual product execution.
We have a very robust agreement in place, a template for that in place, something which is even accepted by the International Arbitration Council, and it can be shared and it can be, used by everybody who wants to use it. That's not a problem at all. So yes, there is a huge advantage and it is available.
Because I personally can say that I would be thinking twice because I would want to know that whatever I do is not going to be counterproductive over time. And I only work with contracts, so I would want it to be a solid agreement so that everyone knows how to work and where we define our responsibilities, etc.
It is in short form called the NCNDA agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The long form is non-circumvention, non-disclosure working agreement.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good one. Yeah.
Super technical, so it sounds like a good one.
Sounds very serious, very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Believe me, it is a beautiful document. It was something which I've been using for a long time, but yes, it works very well for covering up all relationships. Even in a case where you are actually introducing a buyer directly to a factory,
mm-hmm.
you can have this agreement sent across to the factory to sign up.
Mm.
And this will work wonderfully well in that case.
Mm. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I think that maybe, brings everyone one step closer to each other to pursue some collaborations.
True.
I will have that document shared with everybody in that meeting. Let's collaborate, and I can even go over the details of what I understood of that. And we can even have a legal counsel if you want us to bring one to listen and, or give us his inputs onto the document and how it best represents.
Now let's start with the document, and I think that's a
legal part can be the next step, Ajay. Let's first break the human part, and then we go to the legal part. Yeah.
Perfect.
That contract on the website.
This one is not available on the website as yet. We are, like I said, we are also revamping the website. But yes, on the website we only have the service contracts as of now. Nobody requested me for it, so I never got to sharing it. But yeah, it's a good idea. I should put it on the website. So I will put it on the website. We'll have Rima work on it and add it to the list. No problem.
That's perfect. Thanks a lot, Ajay.
All right. Pleasure. Any more points to add? Something to add to the list? Or shall we call it a day? It's already 8:15. Sandhya ji, we are all over to you. Nobody else has anything to say?
Okay, great. I think it was a very important session, a very long-awaited session because we hadn't seen each other since quite a long time. We were over-interacting during the lockdown period, and we needed to actually interact with each other. We needed to get the peace and the bonding that we were all facing the same problems. We shared with each other quite a bit during that time. So after, I think since the lockdown got over, everybody got so busy back into their works, and nice to know that businesses are picking up. I was going through a few figures today, and September is looking at a plus 4%, which is really good. They're looking at, initially they were talking about, often India looking at 15 to 20% minus. The FY20, now we're looking at a 9 to 10%, so which is, actually a very good news. So we are, I guess, really the drivers in that. We have to understand the responsibility that we have. I truly consider and believe that we are the ambassadors of India, not the ones who are sitting in fancy offices and got the security cars, but we are the ones really who are in true sense of the word representing our country, representing the workmanship, the ethos of India, the values of India, the artisanship of India. And so we need to really bring it forward, together, share the problems with each other, share our concerns with each other, think of collaborations, one word that we have strongly discussed today. And be better together. So would invite all of you and the people who aren't there today to come forward, participate more, give more voice to the fraternity, and really consider it as an extended family. Yeah. Thank you so much, and good bon weekend, like we say in French. So have a great weekend, everyone, and let's hope that the year ending is quite plus and positive for all of our businesses, and then we can perhaps meet and have a nice social, meet, which we haven't met each other for like ages.
I know, it's now ages, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
good night for now. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a
Have a
lot,
nice evening.
everyone. Great to see you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
guys. All
everyone.
right. Bye-bye.
All the
Thank
best.
you, everyone.
All the
Bye.
very best. Thank you.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.